Did you know that Michael Jackson, the king of pop, started his musical journey at the tender age of 5? Born in Gary, Indiana in 1958, Michael was the 8th of 10 children in the Jackson family. Raised in a modest, working-class home, music was a constant in little Michael's life. His mother, Catherine, often sang to him, instilling a love for melody and rhythm from a young age. By the time he was 5, Michael's inherent talent was impossible to ignore. His father, Joe Jackson, recognized this spark and harnessed it, forming the Jackson 5. The band consisted of Michael and his 4 older brothers, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon. And Michael, with his clear, pure voice and instinctive rhythm, naturally took the lead. The Jackson 5 enjoyed an almost immediate success. Their first 4 singles, I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There, skyrocketed to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Michael's captivating stage presence and undeniable talent were making waves in the music industry. He was just a child, but his performances were already imbued with a maturity and depth beyond his years. But behind the glittering success, there was a more complex reality. Michael's childhood was dominated by strict discipline and unrelenting rehearsals. His father, Joe, was a harsh taskmaster, pushing his children to their limits to achieve perfection. This rigorous upbringing undoubtedly played a significant role in shaping Michael's early success. It honed his skills, increased his resilience, and instilled in him an unparalleled work ethic. However, it also robbed Michael of a normal childhood, a loss that he would mourn throughout his life. The stage became his playground, the spotlight his constant companion. Yet despite these challenges, Michael's love for music never wavered. If anything, it only grew stronger. By the time he was a teenager, Michael Jackson was already a seasoned performer, and his journey to superstardom had just begun. As Michael Jackson stepped out of the shadows of the Jackson 5, he embarked on a solo career that would revolutionize the music industry. His journey to solo stardom wasn't an overnight phenomenon, but a calculated series of steps that saw him evolve from a boy band member to an international icon. When Michael parted ways with his brothers, he was taking a road less traveled. His first few solo albums, Got to Be There and Ben, set the stage for what was to come. They were successful, yes, but they were just a glimpse, a preview of the genius that was about to unfold. The year 1979 marked a pivotal moment in Michael's career. This was the year he released Off the Wall, an album that carved a niche for him in the pop music scene. With Off the Wall, Michael not only showcased his incredible singing and dancing skills, but he also demonstrated his ability to captivate audiences with his unique style and charisma. The album was a critical and commercial success, but it was just the beginning. Michael's innovative approach to music videos, a relatively new medium at the time, was a game-changer. His videos were not just promotional tools, they were cinematic experiences. They were stories, they were performances, they were Michael Jackson. He used this platform to introduce the world to his own brand of pop music, a blend of soul, funk, and pop that was uniquely his. But it was in 1982 that Michael truly changed the landscape of pop music. This was the year he released Thriller, an album that would make him a global phenomenon. Thriller was more than just an album. It was a cultural event. It broke records, it broke barriers, and most importantly, it broke the mold. With Thriller, Michael didn't just push the boundaries of what a pop album could be, he redefined them. With the release of Thriller, Michael Jackson didn't just become a star, he became a phenomenon. The 1980s saw Michael Jackson ascend to an unprecedented level of stardom, earning him the title, the King of Pop. This era was marked by the release of Thriller, an album so impactful that it shook the foundations of the music world. Thriller was not just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. The fusion of rock, pop, and funk, laced with Michael's unique vocals, resulted in a sound that hadn't been heard before. But it wasn't just his music that made waves. His music videos, particularly for Billie Jean and Thriller, revolutionized the medium, making them an essential part of an artist's arsenal. In his performances, Michael dazzled with a dance style that was as distinctive as his voice. His dance moves were innovative, thrilling, and absolutely unforgettable. Who can forget the first time they saw the moonwalk? This gravity-defying move became Michael's signature, and it has been replicated by countless artists since, but never with the same magic. Michael's influence extended beyond music and dance. With his unique fashion sense, the military-style jackets, the single glittery glove, the fedora, He created an image that was as iconic as his music. He became a symbol of an era, a force that defied boundaries of genre and style. His impact on pop culture was immeasurable. He broke down racial barriers, reshaped the music industry, and inspired a generation of artists. From Beyoncé to Justin Timberlake, countless performers have cited Michael as their inspiration, testament to his enduring impact. His music transcended boundaries of language, culture, and age. He was, and still is, loved by millions around the world. His songs have become anthems, his dance moves iconic, and his style legendary. At the peak of his career, Michael Jackson was not just a musician, he was an icon. His influence has permeated the fabric of pop culture, his legacy a testament to his genius. He was the king of pop, a title he well and truly earned. As with many stars, Michael Jackson's life was not without controversy. His fame brought with it an intense level of scrutiny. As the spotlight grew brighter, it cast deeper shadows on the more perplexing aspects of his life. One of the most talked about controversies was his changing appearance. Over the years, his skin tone lightened, and his facial features transformed dramatically. This sparked widespread debate and speculation. Some suggested that he was trying to deny his African American heritage, while others believed it was a result of a skin condition called vitiligo. Michael himself confirmed the latter, but the conversation around his appearance continued to polarize opinions. Then, there was the Neverland Ranch, a place of fantasy and fun, but also a source of scandal. Stories of sleepovers with young boys raised eyebrows, and public sentiment began to shift. Critics questioned the appropriateness of a grown man hosting sleepovers with children, and suspicions began to grow. The most damaging controversy, however, centered around child molestation allegations. In the mid-90s, and again in the mid-2000s, Michael faced serious allegations that threatened to tarnish his legacy. These allegations led to lengthy legal battles that were emotionally and financially draining. Though he was ultimately acquitted of these charges, the court of public opinion was divided. These controversies had a profound impact on his career and public image. His sales dipped, endorsements dried up, and his once invincible reputation was severely dented. The king of pop, once loved by millions, found himself under a cloud of suspicion and doubt. Yet, despite the controversies, it's worth noting that they never completely overshadowed his music. His prodigious talent and his contributions to music stood firm. His songs continued to top charts, and his influence on pop culture remained profound. Michael Jackson, controversy and all, was still the king of pop. Despite the controversies, Michael Jackson's influence on music remained undeniable. Despite his untimely death in 2009, Michael Jackson's legacy continues to live on. The king of pop, through his music and persona, transformed the landscape of pop culture, setting a standard for what it means to be an international superstar. His impact on music is undeniable. Michael Jackson's unique blend of pop, soul, funk, and rock, coupled with his spectacular dance moves, created a genre all its own. His albums, from Off the Wall to Thriller to Bad, continue to sell in the millions even years after his passing. In fact, since his death, over 100 million of his albums have found new homes around the globe. That's a testament to the timeless appeal of his music. But it's not just about the sales. Michael Jackson influenced a whole generation of artists. From Justin Timberlake's smooth dance moves to Bruno Mars' pop-funk sound, traces of Michael's influence can be found everywhere in today's music scene. Even artists from other genres, like the rapper Kendrick Lamar, cite Michael as a major influence in their work. Beyond his music, Michael Jackson made significant contributions to the music industry as a whole. He revolutionized music videos, turning them from simple promotional tools into cinematic masterpieces. His record-breaking contracts and shrewd business moves set new standards for artist compensation and control. Michael Jackson was not just a musician, he was a cultural phenomenon. His style, his dance moves, his music videos, they all became part of our global pop culture. His influence extends far beyond the realm of music, into fashion, dance, film, and even social activism. Even in controversy and in death, Michael Jackson remains a towering figure in pop culture. His music continues to captivate audiences, his style continues to inspire fashion trends, and his life continues to fascinate us. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and influence artists around the world. His star may no longer be with us, but its light continues to shine bright, illuminating the path for future generations of artists.